Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see some chats coming in. I see some faces coming in. Let me know if you can hear me. That would be super helpful. Give some comments there and some emojis. Welcome. Hear myself. Who said I can hear myself double? I don't want to hear myself double. So, welcome if you're just joining. This is LinkedIn Strategy Confidently Use Video to Grow. Today we're talking about video. We're talking about short form, long form, complicated form, cringe form. No, we're talking about go form, right? Go with confidence. That's what we want to talk about today. And if you find this topic valuable, repost it in your feed, tag a buddy, share it with others. Caring is sharing. And invite others to join. Go ahead and do it quick, 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 because I promise this is going to be so good. It's going to be so good today. And if we haven't met before, hi, I see some new faces and names here. I wrote some of you messages. Hi, I'm Elizabeth. I'm a verbal branding expert, empowering you to speak up, share your excellence with confidence. So, and today, what I'm thrilled to introduce my guest, Ashley Griffiths of Loudly Proudly. Such a great name. He's a confidence coach for quirky business owners, transforming them into video rock stars. Yes. And building a loyal audience. So, if you're interested in that, today, this session is for you. He's also the host of Espresso Shot of Confidence podcast. So if you know Ashley, I want to see you drop an A in the comments. Drop an A, drop some emojis, maybe some hearts. Let us see some of that. That would be good. I'm looking here. Yes, Claire. Morrow, Claire, you can hear me. Perfect. I'm catching up on the comments. So glad to have you here. Perfect. And I'm testing out Restream again today. I'm not usually here. So if you notice I'm a little slow on the comments, give me extra love. Yes, more hearts. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Good. Yes, a little housekeeping. If you want to leave a comment, if you want to drop those emojis and you're not able to, LinkedIn, I've been informed recently that LinkedIn requires that we are connected, you and me, that we're connected. So go ahead and click connect with me so you can jump in on the conversation. And if after this is over, you say, I don't want to be connected to her, that's fine. Go ahead, take it off. But I want you to join this conversation today. So go ahead, jump in on that. And now, without further ado, I'm very excited to welcome Ashley. So welcome, Ash.
Oh, hello. How you doing? I was just striking my rock star pose when you said that I loved it.
Oh, perfect, rock star. And
I was,
Sarah Clayton dropped an A. Claire dropped an A. So you have some loyal fans here who are excited. I'm dropping an A. Yeah.
great to see everyone.
Excellent. So, Ashley, now just quickly for someone who's just joining now, because I see our numbers are going up, someone who just clicked in, passing by, trying to understand what you do and the services you offer, what will they get from our session today?
Inspiration is the plan here.
I like that.
And ideally, they will get out of their noggins, out their heads, and out into the world where they can be seen, heard by the people that need to see and hear them.
Yes. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Claire's clapping for that. Yeah, me too. That sounds good. That's what we want, right? Isn't that kind of why we're on LinkedIn? To reach out, connect, get those conversations started, get out of our head and into social media.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not here. I'm not here for my health. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother session. That's a whole nother session. But the mental health of social media. But I have a question. We have today small drum roll, the cat-o-meter today. And I want to know, I'm going to pull up the cat-o-meter now. And if you haven't experienced the cat-o-meter, here's the cat-o-meter. You can see these 3 lovely kittens. And I want to know, here's the question. How do you feel about video? How do you feel about video right now in this moment at the start of this session? Which cat are you? Drop the letter in the comments. Are you kitty A, B, or C? What about you, Ashley? Do you wanna vote? What's your
Oh, I'm B. I'm loving it.
You're loving it. Yes.
I
That's
would
what we want.
I would have been C though. I definitely was C.
You started as a C. I'm seeing some C's. We've got Sarah's a C, Amaro's a C. Oh, we got some laughter here. Yeah, my cat-o-meter. I love it. I mean, I think I've been all 3 of these. Like the C of what, and the A of oh my god, what did I just record? Claire is a B. Claire is a B just because I worked with Ashley. Love that. Love that. So keep those comments, keep dropping those letters in the cat-o-meter. So I'm going to take that down and we're going to see if we can maybe improve some of those A and C kitties towards the middle of the B kitty with some tips and conversations we're having today. Let me get us all back centered here. So, yes, let's dive into this. So, Ashley, you talk about guiding people, helping people to go from camera shy to video awesome. As a
Mm,
US American, awesome's one of my go-to words.
it's an amazing word. It's an amazing word.
So, but my question is, how did you get here? Take us back in time. You didn't come out of the womb with a video camera, did you? I mean,
Oh, God, no.
how did you get started with video?
I hated video. Absolutely hated it. I mean, you're talking to a recovering shy person who used to freak out about public speaking, about being on stage, about anybody like, oh, people are looking at me. I'd die for the nearest bush. Like, get the hell out of here. But then I moved into teaching and management first, and then teaching. And when you've got a crowd of people in there looking at you for answers and motivation and inspiration, it kind of encourages you to be less shy. So I kind of got used to being in front of a group of people and found out I really enjoyed it.
Mm.
So when good old COVID hit, all of a sudden I was stuck in a room talking to myself, and my introverted side loved it. Was
Mm.
like, wow, this is amazing. I don't have to be around people. This is fantastic. I got quiet. My extroverted side was like, this is the most boring thing in the goddamn world, and I need to talk to somebody.
Mm.
So one day I was sat talking to Casper the Friendly Ghost in my room, like, because I was that bored. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to get on video. And that's what I did. So
Wow.
I literally got on video, recorded a 9-minute epic, doing an impression of a pirate while throwing as much waffle as possible at people because I was like, making lots of noise like that because I had no idea what to do, no idea what to say, no idea what the hell I was doing. And I literally just put the video out. And I had to get my mum to like it just to like satisfy my ego a little bit there. But I realized that, okay, this is kind of fun. It's a way to actually talk to people.
Actually,
When you
stop 1 second there. I want to know from the people who are here live in the audience on LinkedIn and also on YouTube, like, have you felt that way? I mean, I'm relating 100%. You can just, on LinkedIn, they offer these emojis. You can drop those insightful or hearts. Let us know in the feedback or emojis in the comments. Like, I've been there. I've been there. You're singing my song. Now, please keep going.
Yeah, like, I mean, for me, ultimately, I it freaked me out
Mm.
being visible. I had a huge fear of rejection, a huge fear of being seen, and obviously the shyness element was there.
There's a lot of
And
vulnerability of
it's huge,
publishing. Yeah.
massive, and it's like that on steroids in social media because you're surrounded by all these people that make it look so effortless. I mean, they can literally record a picture of a bloody pen and they get millions of likes, and there's you're showing up and you're like, is anybody
Mom,
there? Does anybody care? Is
mom.
anybody there?
Yeah.
And that's how it felt to start with, for
One
sure.
second, we've got Jesse saying, yes, 100%, Claire, been there.
Hmm.
So lots of resonating here.
Oh, and it is that way. But I think again, the thing that changed for me ultimately was like, you know what? I'm just going to show up
Yeah.
and I'm going to talk and I'm going to share my message in my way. And when I started doing that instead of being a sheep and doing the whole kind of like, oh, let's do the pointy thing on bloody Instagram or let's do the lip sync on
Yeah.
TikTok. I was like,
The
that's not
copy
even,
paste.
who the hell is that guy? So ultimately, the moment I got past that, that's when things changed. And people started saying to me, oh, Ash, you're so natural on video. You're great on video. And in the next sentence, they went, but I could never do that. And as a teacher, you know, that's a red flag to a bull. Oh, really? Let's get to work with that bad boy.
Oh my gosh. This for me is a light bulb moment. I mean, this when I'm conducting these live sessions, I hear what is the gold, the things people are saying that I don't want to forget. When you hear that, please type it in the comments. This is a light bulb moment. This when someone says, "Oh, that's so good, but I could never do that." That's yeah, that was an aha moment for me.
And it's one of the biggest reasons people don't show up because there is this notion that they can't, or this notion that it has to be a certain way, or it has to be super professional, it has to be, like the bloody influencers. But ultimately, what's that got to do with you and your business? So for me, that can't, you take away the apostrophe and the T and you've got a can. And that's very possible. It's possible for anyone. It
Yeah.
really is, case in point, I look at my videos now, my confidence 20 years ago, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Maybe even 10 years ago, we wouldn't be having this conversation because I'd be like too busy freaking out
Mm,
about being invisible and vulnerable like that.
mm. Yeah, I have a comment here. I can't quite see who it is. It's from a LinkedIn user. I'm going to try and find the actual name, but the clue is to be yourself, flaws and all. Honesty is very attractive and relatable. And just actually was telling a story earlier about being a teacher and standing in front of the room or being in the business world, which we have a similar background in that area. For those of you who know my story, standing up front, having eyeballs looking at you, waiting, anticipating that I'm going to deliver value. And when you can do that and get over the Kopfkino, as they like to say here in Austria, which is just like brain opera theater, Kopfkino. Yeah, it is relatable. It is magnetically attractive. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Sarah says, I get this logically, but trying to show this, watching my videos makes me
Oh,
cringe.
I hear you with that, Sarah. I really do.
Mm,
Um, this is something I know. This is something we all feel. I know when I started, I wouldn't talk on a microphone, for example, because I felt like when I heard my voice, I was like, bloody hell, I sound like a zombie. I'm going to bore everyone to tears. So I would just literally project. Because the thing is, when
mhm.
you put yourself out on video, it's very strange watching yourself back, because it becomes not something that's not part of you. It's like, here's me and there's this person on screen, and you start looking at things, you get hypersensitive to
Mm.
how you look and how you sound. And the moment you get into that zone, you'll start getting hypercritical about it, and you'll
Mhm.
start looking for faults. And the moment the brain latches onto that, you're on the hamster wheel.
Mm. It's
So
like
my
a
advice,
downward spiral.
oh, yeah, because you'll just pick faults, you'll
Yeah.
just keep on looking for things and going, "Oh, no one's gonna listen to me. I sound boring. I sound like an idiot. I've got insert what accent you've got here." Or, "Oh my God, look at my eyebrows. They're not quite symmetrical," or whatever it is.
Or my
You
background.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get really focused on that. And my advice to you with that is thinking about, why are you getting on video in the first place? Why are you doing that? What is the objective? Who are you talking to? And do they care about your eyebrows, or do they care about how you can support them to move forwards in whatever area it is that you support them in?
Yes. Often before we go live, part of my procedure of tech checks and preps is checking in with people. How do they feel before we go live? Because many people feel nervous, unsure, insecure, insert adjective here, completely understandable,
Mhm,
excited, agitated. But what I often say when working with clients on confidence is I try not to don't put the focus of the confidence on, as Ash said, the shape of your eyebrows or your background. I place my confidence and encourage others to do the same. Focus on putting the confidence on the foundation of the value you're adding, the
mhm.
value you're bringing, what people are waiting to hear from you. And if
Yeah,
you can feel confident about that, you're good to go. LinkedIn user is actually a very clever disguise from Alan Brown. Welcome, Alan. I'm so glad you're here.
AKA
And
LinkedIn user.
he's been hosting his own LinkedIn live shows. So,
Awesome.
yeah, he's been doing really great work there. I've attended quite a few of them. So excited about that. But Ashley, you're dropping so much gold, so much gold. I'm gonna have to change it up to platinum here in a second. Let
Oh,
me hide this. I have all these comments up, and let me move on to the next question. So now we're in a very interesting time in history. It's 2024 and AI, deep fake. Okay, that's kind of old now, but AI and video, chat GPT 4, and these types of things. So I want to ask you, what's your opinion? Let's talk about, why is video important now? And maybe more importantly, who can benefit from using video?
okay. Well, that'll answer that first question first. The last question first. Everyone, absolutely everyone can benefit from using videos. And the reason why, especially now in the environment we're in, where there's a lot of digital content, a lot of AI, a lot of avatars, a lot of noise, a lot of noise, and a lot of people basically doing the same thing that everyone else is doing. A lot of hacks, a lot of the
Mhm.
steal my guide to get 1 million likes right now. Oh, yeah, yeah, jog on. Like, ultimately, when you get on video, and you on video, don't put a bloody AI avatar in your place. Don't turn yourself into a unicorn. You, real, relatable you.
With warts and all.
Absolutely, because like I always say to people, who are your clients going to work with, you or Terminator?
Mm.
So, the moment you show up in a way that is not you, it's not authentic,
Mhm.
doesn't give people a glimpse of what it's like to work with you, the moment, you're setting yourself up for trouble. Because imagine, and this goes out to everybody on here. Have you ever got on a sales call with somebody you thought you were going to work with, because you thought, yeah, yeah, they look like they've got their shit sorted, pardon my French. They're all over this. And you get on there, you get on that Zoom call with them and they're like, wow, has this person got a twin or something? I mean, who is this guy? Who's this lady? Who's this person? And where's the trust then? Do you work with them or do you get the hell off that call pretty swift?
Yeah.
And that's why it's got to be you.
Mm,
It's got to be you that leads on your videos, because people get to see you, hear you, get to know what you're all about, and get, most importantly, to feel like you're speaking directly to them.
mm, mm. And I echo that. I applaud what you're saying 100%. I can't tell you how many times I've met people either jumping on a call, meeting someone for the first time, or even at an event, like a real, I can't say live event because I do LinkedIn lives, but a in-person event, or even in a restaurant. It happened. Someone came up and was like, I know you. And you're really like that. You're really talking. You're really you.
You've got legs.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that too. That too. That has happened. That has happened. Let me catch up on some of these comments. Claire, I was really hyper focused on this at the beginning, but it does get easier the more videos you do. I think she's
Sure.
talking about the fear, that crippling fear,
Oh,
that
yeah.
self-judgment downward spiral we were commenting
Oh,
about.
massively. Yeah.
And she said, I also, continuing again from Claire, I learned from one of Ashley's master classes that video is a great tool to help let your ideal clients get to know you. Here's my heart emoji. Yes. People then know who you are when they talk to you, which is so valuable. You
Massive.
don't have to do that whole introduction, let's get to know each other. The work's been, you preloaded that work in the
Oh,
video.
absolutely. It saves time.
Mm.
And like,
For everyone.
massively. I think a video can also act effectively in the role of a cold call.
Mm.
So you're putting the videos out, especially if you're doing kind of objections. So you're handling the things that may be people's myths, people believe, things that they believe to be true that are not actually true. If you're doing that in your video content, then that's effectively objection handling.
Mhm.
If they're seeing you and seeing the vibe, that's either attracting or repelling. And this is important because people think, oh, I don't want to repel people. I don't want to upset anyone. No, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Because ultimately, you want your content to both attract and repel. Because if it's repelling the people that aren't going to get you, don't like your vibe, that saves everybody time, because it's going to be more hassle than it's worth if you take on that client. And it's not going to be great for them and for you, because it's just not a fit. But if you're showing up as you, in the realist sense of that word, it attracts the sort of people that you would like to work with, because they just get it and they feel like, yeah, I like this person's style.
Yeah.
I like this person's vibe. I like the way that they're delivering stuff. And that really pulls people in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Jesse agrees. Get that relationship started. Yes. Yeah. It's getting that first trigger of know, like, and trust, or repel, as you mentioned, which is also important. Also
Massively.
important. So we talked about video. We talked about why it's important. We talked about who, when, where, what, how. No, we didn't talk about the how. Makes absolute sense from Sarah. And that's what I want to jump into now. How? So we talked about it. People, if you're interested in getting your video, upgrading the level of your video, getting the benefits that Ashley and I are talking about, I want to see that in the comments. Tell me some yes. Tell me some, give me that good stuff. Claire says, absolutely. I only want to attract people that are awesome. Oh, you're all sounding American. I love it. You're making me homesick. I'm happy to repel people that aren't aligned with me.
Yeah,
That is gold, Claire. Thank you. So, Ashley, my question for you. Yes, please, says Sarah. Yes, yes, yes. She wants it. Give us some emojis. Yes, from Jesse. Perfect. The question is, you ready, Ashley? The big $1 million question, the £1,000,000,
no.
euro, yen, question.
I'd rather pounds. All
How
gold.
to get confident, how to pull the trigger and finally get that first video out.
Okay, just
Simple
do it.
question.
Yeah, and the answer to that is quite simple as well. Just do it.
Just do it. Just do
Um,
it. Are you promoting Nike?
I feel like I should have commission from them, but ultimately, the reason I say that, and I'm aware that just do it. It's very they're three simple words, but it may not feel simple when you're faced with a camera and you're thinking, "What the hell is that Ashley guy going on about? Just do it. I'm freaking out here. This is just super cringe."
But look at my
So
nose. Arr.
absolutely. So what I would recommend you do with that first video is A, get super clear on what it is you want to achieve with it. Know who you're talking to. And then little visualization trick that I use, still use to this day. Visualize that person. See them,
Mm,
hear them. Imagine they're in the room with you. You're talking directly to them as you, not as some bloody avatar, not as a unicorn, as you. What are you going to say to them? Know that they need to hear
mm.
what you have to say. Look them in the eyes, aka the lens, and speak directly to them as if they're there, live, and go.
I
And
like
then
that. I
go.
like it. The visualizations, the step by step. This is super helpful. We have another comment from Maro. So much easier to speak to someone like an interview. The challenge is to speak to a camera on your own.
Well, then totally agree with you there, Maura, and that's what that trick that I just suggested would give, because I totally get it. When I
Mhm.
started, I was like, Jesus, I'm talking to myself. Now, the problem though, when you start saying I'm talking to yourself, is that's going to impact your energy. That's going to impact your delivery. You're going to start going, it's going to start like eating your shoulders, and you're going to talk, oh, hello. So just come on to do a live today, and it's just not going to be you. It'll feel
Mhm.
cringe. So the moment that you've got a person there, like you visualize someone, and do it live. Now, I don't mean you have to go on a LinkedIn live, but do it as if you are speaking in real time.
Yes.
It totally changes the delivery. It really does, because you're not all of a sudden thinking, okay, I've got to get this perfect bloody take, and I've got to say everything perfectly. I
Or
can't
memorizing
gotta
scripts.
do this. And you do that, you end up sounding like a newsreader. You do that, you end up taking a million takes because you're like, oh my God, I can't even remember how to pronounce my name. But
I've
just
been there.
I have too. I wasted so much time. It's taken me probably 6 months to clear out my Google Drive of all these aborted attempts that I recorded years and years ago, because I
Mm.
was like, I'd done a 2-minute video. It was good apart from one bit where I mispronounced a letter. So I re-recorded the whole thing. What a waste of bloody time. What a waste of time. But so
And
don't
one, if I can jump in there, that's especially important because I know some of our listeners don't have English as their first language. It's a second, third, or even fourth language.
Yep.
And so when they want to record a video in a language that's not their first language, there's a lot of concern, a lot of thought and intention about clear pronunciation. And I'm a huge fan of clear pronunciation, but not perfect pronunciation.
Yeah, not in the expense of actually recording it.
Yes, and publishing. Because as you mentioned, I've had the same thing where you fill up the Google Drive, fill up my photos, and fill my memory on all my devices with outtakes. And it's when it's one little thing. My hair was a little
Yeah.
off.
Oh, I leave the mistakes in now.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what? Who cares? I mean, I always say, imagine this: if you were delivering that presentation live, if you were walking into a room, doing a class, doing a session, doing a master class, working one to one with a client, are you telling me that if you went, oh, sorry, let me just wait there for a minute. I'm going to come back in a minute and I'll start
Cut.
again. You're just not going to do it. So,
Or even during a live session.
no, I mean, I've got tongue tied a few times. And
Ta-da!
it's natural. It happens. And I feel
Mm,
this is one of the biggest problems I feel I have with the internet world. This myth of perfection.
mm,
This myth that this feeling that it has to always be this immaculate thing, but ultimately that's superficial. B, it edits, deletes, and in some cases censors you, your message, your authenticity, your uniqueness. And I got a problem with that. So don't really ignore all that bloody noise
yeah.
and just go whatever comes out. If you literally got a 2-minute video or 30-second video and you've got tongue tied once, just leave it. Nobody cares. Same with the language. Same with
Yes.
the pronunciation. People are not hiring you for that. People are hiring you because they believe you can support them, that you can help them, that you can get them to the next level.
Mm,
That's what they care about. You care about your pronunciation. You're letting comparisonitis to people that speak beautifully be there, get in the way.
mm.
Your clients or your future clients don't care about that. So focus on the message.
And speaking of the message, we have Jesse following right up with beautiful message. And I have to agree. One reason that I was so excited about asking, or one reason I'm still excited about asking Ash to join us today, is when I hear him speaking, when I hear him speaking in his short videos, when I hear him speaking now, even in this live. Tell me if you agree in the comments. I feel he's like looking into my heart and speaking directly to me. Like, breaking this down, making this simple and direct. I don't feel he's memorizing scripts or giving me sales speak. Like, this is like right inside my heart. It feels, I mean, that's what I like. That's what I like. And that's why I'm excited to have you here. We have Claire. I get tongue tied. Hold on one second. I get tongue tied when I'm on calls in real life. Keep it in the video. It makes it real. Yeah. So then when we're tongue tied, they're like, I know you.
And I'll just echo on one thing that Claire does, and I think she does very well with her videos. Is
Can we
she's
say how much we love
no,
Claire? Like, I love
absolutely
her.
superstar, and ultimately, and I just mispronounced something there. We move on. So ultimately, one of the things that she does is literally owns those mistakes and puts videos out about that. And people love that stuff because it just shows the humanity
Mhm.
and in this superficial world, online world that we're existing in, it really just brings some light when people do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, how do I unhide? There we go. Jesse, yes, thanks so much. Ash and Elizabeth, we're winding this down. I have a question for you, Ash. So you were talking about being live, you were talking about being present, and we are concluding this live session right now. And my question for you is, and for everyone else in the comments, how do you feel?
How do I feel?
How do you
I
feel
feel
right now?
awesome. Love,
Awesome. Everything is
love.
awesome. And what advice would you give to an earlier you or someone just now starting out with video content?
Oh wow. Honestly, for me, I'd say just go for it.
Mm,
Don't try and please everybody. Just do what go with your gut. Go with what feels important to you, what you feel passionate about, and just let that lead. Let that lead everything that you do.
yeah, that is powerful. That is a light bulb moment there. Let that lead. It's not about how good the quality is, what kind of microphone you have, what kind of ring lamp you have. Let your passion lead because that is what you connect with people and repel people with. I love that.
Massively.
And one thing I'm passionate about, my mission is actually to empower all y'all, I have to be very American here, all of you to do live events. So if you want to join me, I would love to hear that. Send me a DM. Make sure we are connected. Let's do this together. I have some comments, lots of love coming in. I don't know if you can see the comments, Ashley.
Yeah,
Thank you. Nice to hear from you. Best thing I learned from Ash was to be yourself, from Claire. Follow your why. This is from Jesse. Don't worry about the small stuff before you go. So if you like what you're hearing, if you like what you're offering, or what we're talking about here, words, Ashley is offering, there's the offer, all you need to create your first video. There is a link there. I will also copy and paste this after the session in the comments. Ashley, do you want to talk about this for a second?
yeah. This is just a short guide, with some tips on messaging, equipment you need, and basically everything you need just to get out into the world. No jargon sandwiches there. Lots of just very quick, sharp, short tips on everything you need to get that first video done today.
Today, I love it. Sarah says it's been so refreshing and insightful. Thank you too.
Thank you too for coming, Sarah.
And for those of you who are interested in live video specifically, I have a QR code here. Oops, I have to unshow that one. There we go. QR code, go live with ease. It's a diagnostic quiz, takes less than 3 minutes, so not a huge time commitment. And you get a report, results that help you quickly assess what you need to go live, because there are a few moving pieces before you hit that go live button. And so this is a quick, easy way to make sure you're set up and ready to go. Again, I'll put both of these links in the comments before we go, or after this is over, rather. Any final questions or things we didn't cover, you can certainly put those in the comments. I will be looking at the comments after this is over to keep this conversation going. Please make sure you're connected with both of us. Super valuable resources, super valuable things mentioned here today to encourage you. It's just a win-win for everyone. Been awesome, y'all. Ooh, I like that, Claire. Oh, y'all. Actually, I don't come from that region of the US, so I'm faking it. I'm faking it hardcore. What were we saying about being authentic? But I visited a lot. Does that
There you go.
count?
You picked it up and you took it. You
I took
thought,
it.
I like
I
that.
owned it.
I like that.
Mhm.
And you owned it.
I'm not really Austrian either. Yeah. Inspiring. Thanks so much from Jesse. Ashley, any final words you'd like to end this wonderful session with?
Yeah, just thank you for everyone for listening, participating, and yeah, and thank you very much in advance for just getting your stuff out there and the impact you're having on the world.
I love that. Yes. And I want to just echo what you said. We've had a small and incredibly engaged audience today. I wish I could take all of you with me in every single live session I have. You are gold. You're a wonderful audience. How about we just do this every week together?
All right, let's do it. Make it
Let's
happen.
do it. Block your calendars. This is what we're doing. And again, Ashley, thank you for your insights, your wisdom, your positivity, especially in a time when it seems so many are so negative right now. I very much value your approach and the energy you're putting out in the world. And I echo your thoughts in saying thank you in advance to everyone here who's going to be putting more content and video that we want to see into the world and making LinkedIn an even better place.
Oh, please do.
Yes, we need you. We
Yes.
need you.
Please.
So
No more posts with arrows and the word steal my formula.
Oh, my stars. There we go. So thank you all very much. We'll wrap up here. And again, if you have any questions or thoughts after we finish this and close this, someone thinks of a question, put it in the comments. We'll still see it. Thank you so very much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Ciao. Happy Thursday.